All right then. Streaming the stream. Today is a special stream, as you can well see. I'll change that. I'm not playing Star Wars because it doesn't fucking work properly. There you go. Not a lot watching this game, and that is fine. Not really doing it for the views, am I? And we'll start with the intro. Oh, sorry, I thought it would just play it out. That's okay. Oh, open it, sorry. There you go. Look at those butt cheeks. How lovely. They didn't really update the graphics in the intro, did they? That was scary when I was a kid. Really fucking scary. This dude. Not scaring me scary, but quite scary. Feeling good. This is where we start. New life. But they did update the graphics on the menus and everything. What we need to do here is very simple. Lower anything, can we? You possess genius level intelligence and wisdom of heroic proportions. Our charisma is average. Now we do need wisdom. I mean, we need it in max. As for intelligence, I can do this, I think. Exceptional intelligence. Above average charisma. Everything else doesn't matter. This is a book. This is an interactive book. Nothing more, nothing less. There is combat. But we'll get to that.
Hey, Chief. You okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
Who the fuck are you? I asked you first, Skull. And I asked you second. What's your name? I don't know, I can't remember. You can't remember your name? Well, next time you spend a night in the burg, go easy in the bug. Name's Morty. I'm trapped in here too. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors, and this room is locked tighter than a chastity belt. We're locked in where? What's this place? It's called the Mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. The Mortuary? What, am I dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars up plenty though. Looks like some Burke painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give you this place the laugh. All the more reason to give this place the laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Scars, how bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back... Morty pauses. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Tattoos on my back? What do they say? Hey, looks like you come with directions. Morty clears his throat. Let's see. It starts with... I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of stick swash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farad can fill you in on the rest of the chant if he's not in the dead book already. Farad? Does it say anything else? Yeah, there is a bit more. Morty pauses. Let's see. He goes on. Don't lose the journal, or we'll be up the sticks again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are, or what happens to you, or when they'll put you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, then find Farad. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for that journal I'm supposed to have with me, was there one with me while I was lying here? Nope. You were stripped to the skins when you arrived here. Besides, looks like you got enough of a journal pinned on your body. What about Farad? Do you know him? Nobody I know. But then again, I don't know many people still. Some Burke's got to know where to find Farad. Once we get out of here, that is. And how do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. Now... So, I should attack one of the corpses and loot it for the key. Well, before you do that, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Alright, I'll look for one. One last thing. Those corpses are as slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like being kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember you can run and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. Now we got the run thing on by default. I need to practice this. This is why I'm not doing voices. I won't be doing voices, although it would be nice. I would love to do that, but I don't think I can pull this off just yet. Alright, thanks for the advice. How to play. Wow, this wasn't there back when I played this game. Now the dialogues, special ability, item. Items, weapons, no weapons. And there you go. This is our dude. We got an eyeball, and we got a fist. As for our companion, he's even worse off. All he's got is a fucking tooth. Morty's bite is lethal and he can masticate someone to death, as long as he's Quick weapon slots are not filled. Morty can always select bite as his current weapon. Fucking skull. That fucking skull. Anyway, that's not the point here. Not at the moment, anyway. We got a lot of things to look at. Bandages, nice. Bandages are for healing. Now let me first check something. What I need to check is if this is running well at all. Alright. Is there any lag? A system of rails is running through the whole room. It looks like the slabs in the room can be moved around on these rails. These barrels contain a murky liquid. It smells like a cross between vinegar and formaldehyde. It looks like someone is in the middle of this dissecting this corpse. This device looks like some sort of sewing machine. Arms with hooks, tubes, and metallic thread hang from it. This corpse looks like someone turned it inside out. The machine at the head of the table has peeled the skin off the forehead to give direct access to the skull. Oh yes. Let's put this up. That's a scalpel. Let's talk to Marty. Alright, you found this scalpel. Now, go get those corpses, and don't worry, I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. Maybe you could help me, Morty. I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. I meant help in attacking the corpse. Me? I'm a romantic, not a soldier. I'd just get in the way. When I attack this corpse, you better be right there with me, or I'll be the next thing that I plunge this or you'll be the next thing that I plunge this scalpel in. Alright, I'll help you. Glad we understand each other. Time to introduce these corpses to the second death, to the second death then. Let's go. Bloody cloth covers the remains of this corpse. The stench rising from the body is almost unbearable. Dried blood? Fair enough. Nothing in here. That's weird. I thought there was something in there before. Alright. And nothing in here as well. There should be embalming fluid in one of these. Alright, let's talk to you, Mr. Zombie Worker. This corpse stops and stares blankly at you as you approach. The number 782 is carved into his forehead and his lips have been stitched closed. The faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. Examine the corpse, see if it's carrying a key. And there's no point talking to these fuckers, they're dead. This corpse looks like the one with the key. It is holding it tightly in its left hand, its thumb and forefinger locked around it in a death grip. It looks like you'll need to hack the corpse's hand off to free the key. I need that key, corpse. Looks like you're not long for this world. Oops. Now, we did turn auto-pause on. Oops. We accidentally killed a fucker. There's a key. Preparation and a key. Let's talk to this fucker. The corpse's head lolls back and forth on his shoulders. Judging from the angle of the neck, it looks like this man may have been hanged. The number 825 has been painted on the side of his head. It's great talking to you. Farewell. Now this is strange. I don't remember any corpses. They all had some sort of dialogue associated with them. Been a while. Might be wrong. This shambling corpse looks like it has been dead for several years. The skin along its forehead has peeled back, revealing its chalk white skull. Someone has chiseled the number 569 into the exposed bone. And again, not much we can do with it. So we'll just open this and we'll go here. Some advice, Chief. I'd keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary, especially the femmes. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. I don't think you mentioned it before. Who are these caretakers? They call themselves the Dust Men. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an adult bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. They believe everybody should die sooner, better than later. I'm confused. Why do these dustmen care if I escape? Aren't you listening? I said the Dusties believe everybody's gotta die, sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen are happier in the dead book than out of it? The corpses I've seen here, where did they all come from? Well, death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Before you said something about making sure I didn't kill any female corpses, and why is that? Well, are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead chits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys, no lopping their limbs off, things like that. Last chance? What are you talking about? Chief, they are dead, we are dead. See where I'm going? No, I don't actually. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. We've all have something to discuss. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, alright, you might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. Morty starts clacking his teeth as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with them first, and that's not likely. Where did all these corpses come? Did we ask that? Yes. Alright, I'll try and remember that. Look, Chief, it's obvious you're still a little addled after your kiss with death, so I got 2 bits of advice for you. One, if you got questions, ask me. Alright? Alright, if I have any questions, I'll ask you. Second, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Whenever you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. You had that journal I was supposed to have with me. I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright, it couldn't hurt. I'll make a new one then. Use it to keep track of your movements. Bloody bloody. This is about...
Updated my journal.
Updating your journal. Updated my journal. I actually had this exact sound on my messages on my phone. Yes, it was lovely. Hello, zombie worker. What's this? What is this? Blood stains. Whoops. Oh, come on. Blood stains, rust, and other remains cover the surface of this metal slab. It is much larger than most of other slabs, and it's sitting on a platform that allows it to be rotated. Now, let's see. I don't think they used to have this, but this option, when you press tab, it highlights containers. I think that was there before. What else it highlights now is the question marks and entrances and exits. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. Her skin is paper thin, almost wispy. It's like someone draped a sheet of cobwebs across her frame. The number 594 has been scratched onto her forehead with a charcoal pencil. Now this is our chance. So, doing anything later? Well, the corpse continues to stare at you. Farewell then. Psst! You see the way she was looking at me, huh? You see that? The way she was following the curve of my... Is it occipital? Occipital? Occipital. I think it's occipital bone. You mean that blank-eyed beyond the graves there? What? Are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. I think you're imagining things. She's a zombie, a corpse, a dead person who didn't even register to her senses. Nah, obviously the right choice here is number one. Wanted you to go away, maybe. She was obviously too distracted by me to pay attention to some stupid bobbing head with a big mouth. Yeah, right, trust me. Chits beyond the grave don't care about all that physicality, and I've got a body and I'm all scarred and tough looking. They want guys with spirit. That's me, Chief. You, corpses like you, are as common as copper. That's not right. Whatever, Morty. Let's go. Let's talk to this zombie worker. The left side of this woman's face looks as if it was caved in with a club, and her flesh sags in bruised, swollen clumps over her ruined skull. The number 626 has been stitched onto the corpse's right cheek, just below the eye. Oh, nasty wound you got there. The corpse continues to stare at you with its one good eye. Yes, corpses. Oh, Mr. Zombie Worker, you're walking in a triangle, aren't you? This corpse is lumbering along a triangular path. Once it reaches one of the corners of the triangle, it pauses, then turns and staggers towards the next corner. It has 965 tattooed on the side of its skull. As you approach, it halts and stares at you. Heh! Looks like someone forgot to tell this sod to stop walking the rule of threes. What do you mean? These corpses don't have much left in the attic, so they can't do more than one task at a time. So when they're told to do something, they'll keep doing it until someone tells them to stop. This poor sod probably finished some task and they forgot to tell him. You said something about the rule of threes. What did you mean by that?
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. Well, the rule of threes is one of those laws about the planes, about things tending to happen in threes, or everything's composed of 3 parts, or there's always 3 choices, and so on and so forth. You don't sound like you hold much faith in it. It's a lot of wash, if you ask me. If you look for a number, any number, and try to attach some great meaning to it, you're going to find plenty of coincidences. Yeah, I don't care about it. I want to examine this zombie. This corpse is lumbering about triangular path. Right, so why are you walking in a triangle? The corpse stares at you blankly. Now this guy isn't that important. But here we have a whole different set of things. Why is there no fucking loot? There should be loot. Hello, boy. This corpse is shuffling from slab to slab, bandaging the corpses lying there. The number 396 is carved into his left temple and his lips are stitched closed. You notice the corpse is carrying a roll of bandages in its hand. The bandages do look usable. Mind if I borrow these bandages? Try and take the bandages? Shake your hand out and take the roll of bandages from the corpse's hand. The corpse doesn't even seem to notice. It continues going through the motions of bandaging the bodies. Examine the corpse again. Hey, sorry about those bandages, man. Yeah, corpse doesn't matter. Corpses don't matter. What's this? This corpse has been completely wrapped in bandages like a mummy. Oh, there you go. This is pretty good. Now, I'll place these here. Oh, I forgot to equip it. Sorry. Receiving room logbook. This huge logbook lists mortuary procedures in a tight, cramped script. All shells entering the mortuary are to be delivered to the receiving room and logged with the scribe, etc., etc. What's interesting about this? Following this list is thousands of entries of bodies that have been sent to the receiving room. As you flip through the rest of the book, however, you notice the last page has been cut out. Can you guess what that page had? Alright, what's this? Carpet Commons. This is the money. Fist irons. That's fine. We'll go around with a scalpel for now. Quick save. Still remember the button. Yeah, this is very. Oh. Oh yeah, about types of damage. Fair enough. Right. This is the one with the bandages, right? Yes, it is. What about you? 1201. Now this is a bit of a quest. He's got a note stitched to its body. Yes. Sorry about those. So we slice the stitches and we take the note out. Sorry about slicing those stitches. I just had to see what was in your mouth. Yes. It doesn't care. And here's the note. This is a foul-smelling note retrieved from the mouth of one of the mortuary zombies. It looks like it was sewn into the corpse's mouth by accident. Despite its condition, the writing is legible. Please, to whatever dustman reads this, I beg of you. I know of my legal obligation under the terms of the dead contract, but I am prepared to offer more than my signing fee if you will cremate my body rather than raising it. I have arranged for this note to be left with my body upon my death. If you're reading this, then please use this note as instructed and accept the results in exchange for my contracted duty. Let my contract number serve as the key. It looks like the corpse was too late to prevent the raising, but you notice that beneath the writing is a diagram. It looks like directions for folding the parchment into a strange pattern. Now, if I remember correctly, there is a series of strange marks on each corner. One mark on the upper right, 2 marks on the lower right, 3 marks on the lower left, and no marks on the upper left. Now, judging from the name, what we do is upper right. Then we have 2 marks on the lower right. Wait, is it? No marks on the upper left, and then 3 marks. And upper right again. Upper right. As you fold the upper right corner back to the center, the lower left corner mirrors the action until all the corners touch in the center. You watch for a moment, and the corners of the paper raise up, turning the note into a small 4-sided paper pyramid. I can't remember this puzzle. It's hardly a puzzle, but there you go, got experience for that. You peel back the sides of the pyramid and the paper disintegrates to dust. Inside is a small triangle-shaped earring. It catches the light and gleams brightly. Take the earring. Now we got an earring. Identify. I don't remember what it fucking does. We'll wear it for now, but I don't think there won't be any effect. Okay, let's talk to the lady. This female corpse is making the rounds from slab to slab in the room. Her hair is knotted into a long braid and looped around her neck like a noose. Someone has stenciled the number 1096 onto her forehead and her lips have been stitched closed. Nice braid. Yes. We're not getting any action today. I'm sorry. These fuckers, they don't. I'll try on the last one. Let's try the last one. The smell of formaldehyde emanating from this corpse is particularly strong. It smells like it was applied recently, and with good reason. This corpse appears to be in an advanced stage of decay. Her jaw is missing, and some of the flesh has slid off her skull, revealing the number 1072 chiseled into the bone. I think this one's seen better days. Well, the corpse doesn't respond to our voice. The fact that it has no jaw may have something to do with it. Either that, or it simply has nothing to say. Bye-bye. No sexy time for you, Morty. Why is there no loot? I was of the opinion, so much of the opinion, and we'll talk to this guy in a second. I thought there was more loot. If memory serves, anyway. Did they change loot? I don't know. Okay. This is not interesting at all. This walking corpse has the numbers 1094 carved into its forehead. Its mouth has been sewn tightly shut, and the chemical reek of fresh formaldehyde hangs in an overpowering cloud around it. Despite the pallid, sunken features and lifeless, milky eyes, it is clear this was once a handsome young man. So, seen anything interesting going on? Yes. Fortunately, this guy doesn't have anything. Most of them don't have anything. This book is huge. It must contain thousands of names. This guy's dull. This guy is dull, and I don't remember how to talk to him. You can kill him as well, and he'll drop a feather. But we won't do that yet, if at all. The scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal grey eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Greetings. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? I was going to speak with the scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Look. Rattling your bone box with Dusties should be the last thing. Before Morty can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we give this place the laugh, the better. Before Morty can finish, the scribe's grey eyes flicker to you. The weight of years hangs heavily upon me, restless one. Restless one. He places down his quill, but I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, are we acquainted? Know you? There's a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. He's silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always the question. And the wrong question as always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment and catches his breath. I am dull. Perhaps you can answer some of my questions now.
Updated my journal.
Very well. What do you wish to know? You sound ill. Are you not well? I am close now to the true death, restless one. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I've been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. Dal gives a ragged sigh. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. Are you certain there might be some way I could help you? I do not wish to live forever nor live again, restless one. I could not bear it. Very well. What do you do here? I am a scribe, a cataloger of all the shells that come to the mortuary. Dal coughs again and takes a deep breath. As long as the stream of corpses flows through the mortuary, I shall remain at my post. Now, this is a good question. You say that I've been here more than once. How is it that the dustmen do not recognize me?
Updated my journal.
I am the one who catalogues the shells that come to our holes, restless one. Dal breaks into a fit of coughing and steadies himself. Only I see the faces of those that lay upon our slabs. The dark of your existence lies safe with me. Tell me more about Mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walk the path of true death. Dal's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exactly exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It's almost your home. Eh? Shadow of life? Eh? Shadow of life? Yes, a shadow. You see, Restless One, this life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickering of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die. And here we remain trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. True death? True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. Dal coughs, then gives a ragged breath, a state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? Is it worse than remaining in the shadow of what life once was? I think not. Tell me more about the Mortuary. True death, Dustmen. We Dustmen are a faction, a gathering. They are a faction. And they recognize the illusion of this life. They wait for the next life. We will be joining this faction later. Perhaps you can explain why the Dustmen want me dead. Dal sighs. It is said there are souls who can never attain the true death. Death has forsaken them, and their names shall never be penned in the dead book. To awake from death as you have done suggests you are one of these souls. Your existence is unacceptable to our faction. Unacceptable? This doesn't sound like it leaves me in a good position. You must understand. Your existence is a blasphemy to them. Many of our faction would order you cremated if they were aware of your affliction. You're a Dustman, but you don't seem to be in favor of killing me. Why not? Because forcing our beliefs upon you is not just. You must give up this shadow of life on your own, not because we force you to. Dal looks about to break into another coughing jack, but he manages to hold it in with some effort. As long as I remain at my post, I will protect your right to search for your own truth. What is your post? I am a scribe. As I've already mentioned... I have some other questions. Do you know who I am?
Updated my
It would
journal.
be too easy, wouldn't it? I know scant little of you, Restless One. I know little more of those that have journeyed with you and who now lie in our keeping. Dal sighs. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, Restless One. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own. There are others who have journeyed with me? And they're here?
Updated my journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I had thought that she had traveled with you in the past. Dal looks like he's about to start coughing again, then catches his breath. Am I mistaken? Where is her body? The Northwest Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the burials there. Her name should be on one of the memorial plaques. Mayhap that will revive your memory. You said there were others. Who else is here? Doubtless there are, but I know not their names nor where they lie. One such as you has left a path many have walked and few have survived. Dal gestures around you. All dead come here. Some must have traveled with you once. I find no fault in your reasoning. Sure? Shit. Okay. It used to not work this way. It used to just scroll down. Okay. Now you have to press show more. I didn't even notice the fucking button. I find no fault in your reasoning. Can you tell me how to get out of here? The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than Dustman pass. One of the guards by the front gate has a key to it, but it's unlikely he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive. Are we extremely? We are extremely wise, but we're not extremely persuasive, but we might be able to handle it. How did I get here? Dal snorts in contempt as if he finds the memory repugnant. Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, Restless One. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the car that carried you. I arrived here on a car.
Updated my journal.
Yes, your buddy was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Dole breaks into another violent fit of coughing, finally catching his breath minutes later. Your Seneschal Farad was, as always, pleased to accept a few mouldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the Mortuary gate. And who the fuck is this Farad? He's a collector of the dead. We have such people in our city that scavenge the bodies of those that have walked the path of true death and bring them to us so that they may be interred properly. Where can I find this Farad? If events persist as they have, Restless One, you have a much greater chance of Farad finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Well, nevertheless, I must find him. Slight warning creeps into Dalstone. Do not seek out Farad, Restless One. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again with you none the wiser, and Farad a few coppers richer. Accept death, Restless One. Do not perpetuate your circle of misery. I have to find him. Do you know where he is?
Updated my journal.
Dal is silent for a moment. When he finally speaks, he seems to do so reluctantly. I do not know under which gutterstone Farad layers at the moment, but I imagine that he can be found somewhere beyond the Mortuary gates in the Hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him. Doesn't seem like you like him very much. There's some I respect, Restless One. Dal takes a ragged breath and steadies himself. Farad is not one of them. He wears his ill repute like a badge of honor, and takes liberties with the possessions of the dead. He's a knight of the post, cross-trading filth of the lowest sort. A knight of the post? A knight of the post. A thief. All Farad brings to our walls comes stripped of a little less of their dignity than they possessed in life. Farad takes whatever he may pry from their stiffening fingers. Now, did he take anything from me, is the question. Most likely. Are you missing anything, especially anything of value? Not that Farad would take exception to anything that wasn't physically grafted to your body, and sometimes even that's not enough to give his greedy mind pause. I am missing a journal that I need to update. A journal? If it was of any value, then it's like it lies with Farad. Well, I'll seek him out then. Cheers! A slight warning creeps into Daltone's. Had some other questions. I think I've asked everything. And in fact, you know, he tells you a couple of good things, but then... Farewell. As you turn to leave, Dal speaks. Know this, I do not envy you, Restless One. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point your path will return here. It is the way of all things flesh and bone. Well, then perhaps we'll meet again, my friend. Or not. I mean, we could kill him. We'll think about it. I'll pause for a second. Okay. Shall we continue? We shall. Ain't nobody to stop me. I think I've looted this. Let's see what's going on in here. There's a big fucking slab. A zombie worker. Oh, how quaint. How quaint. I want your stuff. Hello. This huge corpse is standing silently in a corner of the room, facing the wall. He looks to have been a heavy-set man in his early years, and judging by the condition of the body, he died only recently. A freshly stitched number on his forehead reads 1664. This corpse looks like it's serving as a librarian, for it's carrying a huge stack of books in its arms. Now let's examine the books. The books appear to be old mortuary ledgers, none of them of any particular interest. As you search through the text, however, you notice a loose page folded between the two-ended book of the two of the books. You're suddenly struck with the feeling that someone tucked it there to hide it. Take the page. Yes, the page doesn't look like it belongs with the ledgers. It looks like it belongs in a logbook. The tear is clean as if with a knife, so you suspect the page was removed on purpose. Read through it. You take a moment to read through the page. It's a list of dead bodies brought to the mortuary and locked in the receiving room. All the entries appear to be recent arrivals. So how did you come to be a librarian? All the other jobs taken? Yes, he won't tell us anything. However, he does do a gesture like he's giving us something. This ragged page looks like it was cut neatly out of a book. It is written in a tight, cramped script. 16537, 5th night drunk, chest wound, cause of death. Yes. Farad. Scarred shell. Farad. Tiefling male. Now, which one of these is us? Skeleton. Now, maybe this one. Desiccated corpse number 2, cause of death indeterminable. Age of shell prevents identification. Collector Farad, 3 commons paid, possession logged. Knife marks evident from dissection, but the dissection was not thorough enough. Copper earring found lodged in abdomen. Earring has been locked in southeast preparation room. Have an initiate from the 3rd circle examine it. It has strange markings like those on contracted worker number 79. That's not us, because we are right here. Fifth night, scarred shell, cause of death indeterminable. Scars do not appear to be cause of death. Shock, trauma. Farad, and 3 commons. Fist irons, 13 commons. We already picked up the fist irons. This is definitely us. All right. Hello. Nice. Let's talk to this zombie worker first. There's a lady there. IV. The eyes of the sculpts are set close together and the eyeballs themselves are slightly askew. One faces to the left and the other faces the right. Can barely make out the number 257 traced into its bruised forehead. Looks like the corpse had taken several blows to the head, making the number difficult to read. Well, we can ask them a very important question. Don't you get dizzy with your eyeballs facing like that? There's no flicker of understanding in the corpse's eyes. They stare silently off to the left and right. That's not important. Where's all the loot? Baby, come on. Oh, Jesus. Why? I think there was loot before. This corpse, 995, has stopped dead in its tracks. Judging from the condition of its left leg, it looks as if some sort of tomb rot or corpse mold has eaten through its knee. It was wobbling unsteadily back and forth, trying to keep its balance. Let's give it a push. Chief, you might not want to do that, but there's a crack from the corpse's left leg. The body falls like a dead tree. Its torso strikes the stone flagstones and shatters like a rotten melon. Filth and ichor gurgling from the cavity. To your surprise, no one seems to have noticed the corpse collapse, and even stranger, the left leg remains standing where the body was, as if at attention. After a moment, the leg falls over with a wet thump. As you gaze upon the putrefied remains of the corpse, you notice that its left arm seems intact. It has snapped from the torso during the fall, and it doesn't appear to have been touched by the tomb rot that has spread through the rest of the body. Ah. Left arm. Now. It is an arm. 1 to 6 crushing. Let's grab that.
Don't want to part with that.
Really?
Don't want to part with that.
Fair enough.
Unless you suddenly become a dentist, hands off. In case you didn't notice, Chief, those are my teeth. In case you didn't notice. Can't part with that. Sorry, I'd rather hold on to it, thanks.
Don't want to part with that. Don't want to part with that. Don't want to part with that. Don't want to part with that.
Don't want to party with that. Anyway. We got a weapon. This heavily stitched corpse is shuffling lazily back and forth between 2 slabs. The number 506 has been stitched on its forehead and the side of its neck and its right arm. In fact, the skin of the spilling corpse has been sewn up with so many stitches its skin looks like a bizarre street map. Let's examine the stitches. And then we'll cut it with a scalpel and we'll get needle and thread. Yes. Needle and thread. Heals 6 points. Bandages heal 3 points. Now let's loot this first. Nothing here. Bandages, okay. And I think there should be something in these fucking things. There's gotta be more. There's gotta be more. Pain. Nothing. Should be embalming fluid and shit. Yeah. Iveen. See a slight young woman with pale features. The sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck makes her appear as if she's starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. Hello! The woman does not respond. She seems too intent on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands, her fingers, are talons. They are darting in and out of the corpse's chest cavity like knives, removing organs. Said greetings. The woman makes no response. I think the dusty chit might be a bit short of hearing, Chief. Let's lay off, shall we? What's wrong with the hands?
Updated my journal.
She's a tiefling, Chief. They got fiend blood in their veins, usually cause some ancestor of theirs shared knickers with one demon or another. Makes some of them addled in the head, and addled looking too. Hello? The woman jumps and whips around to face you. Her eyes are rotting yellow with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation, and she frowns at you. Greetings. She doesn't seem to have heard you. She leans forward squinting as if she can't quite make you out. Whatever is wrong with her eyes must make her terribly nearsighted. You... She clacks her talon finger together, then makes a strange motion with her hands. Fine thread and embalming juice. Bring here to Iveen. Go, go, go. She gives you a quest. Shaman.
Updated my journal.
Now we need to find embalming fluid and come back. And we'll ask her things later. Maybe. I don't think she can say anything. That's a weird corpse, isn't it? It's different, slightly different shade. Different tint. Hello, zombie worker. Let's talk. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. The number 821 is carved into his forehead and his lips have been stitched closed. A faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. So, as you address the zombie, blinks in surprise. Hey, what? Why are you disguised as a corpse?
Updated my journal.
The zombie is trying to respond behind stitched lips. He has a peculiar half-frightened, half-hungry expression. Who are you? What's going on? Why? I was looking for you. Looking for me? Why? He squints at you. Looking for me? Yes, what message? I have your new orders.
Updated my journal.
I'm here to relieve you. The zombie looks disappointed, but he shrugs and begins to fish deeply in his stained tunic. After a few moments, he hands you some items, then grunts. Judging by the smell, they must have been hidden so as to avoid turning up if he was searched. How? The zombie nods. You need a crooked finger bone.
Updated my journal.
Yes. So we found a way out. Let's see what we got from him. We got thread. We got a knife. A fucking knife. Wow. Yes. We'll sell that. And embalming fluid. So now we can go back to Iveen. He is actually a member of an anarchist group, and I don't know if I should talk to him again. How about we talk to him again? Okay, you can also disguise as a zombie. Or he can help you disguise as a zombie. Unfortunately, if you run, you will lose the disguise, as you'll see in a second. But you need needle and thread. Yeah, I don't want to do. I don't want to waste needle and thread. So. Yes, I think he's a member of the anarchists, I think. He's just a spy. Now, she's still dissecting the corpse chest with her talons. The rhythm of the talons reminds you of something, but you can't quite recall what. Watch her.
Updated my journal.
As you study the motion of Iveen's hands, you feel a prickling along your scalp, and then suddenly you find your vision swimming, blurring, until you are standing in front of a freshly slain corpse, rigor mortis making a mockery of its smile. The number 42 has been stitched onto its scalp. The zombie is lying on a slab, and you have just finished stitching up its chest. You have placed something inside, something that may prove useful if you come this way again. Echo, keep these things safe and wait for my return. Now, where is this number 42? I don't think we've encountered him yet. The memory of your voice is an echo, strange and hollow to your ears. You cross your arms in front of your chest, and to your surprise, the corpse does too. After a moment, its hands fall back to its sides, and as it does, the vision fades, until you are watching Iveen's hands make the stitching motions once more. Okay. Dumb zombies. Find thread in the embalming fluid. Bring here to Iveen. Go, go, go.
Updated my journal.
Without missing a beat, Iveen snaps the thread from your hands and hooks it around one of her talons. Then begins sewing up the corpse's chest. She then takes the embalming fluid and begins to apply a layer to the corpse. Within minutes, she is finished. She clicks her talons, then turns to face you. To your surprise, she extends her hand and drags her talons along your arms and chest. Keep playing zombie. It looks like you have a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or keep playing zombie. As she traces your arms and chest, you suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicks them twice, then bends forward and examines some of the tattoos on your chest. Who write on you? Hivers do that? No respect for zombies. Zombies, not paintings. She sniffs, then pokes one of your scars. This one, bad shape. Many scars, no preserves. Her talons Suddenly, hook into the thread you brought her, and lightning-like, she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. It feels barely more than a pinprick, but it looks like she's about to start stitching you up.
Updated my journal.
I got max HP +1. The sensation is curiously painless, and as Irene begins to stitch up your scars. When she's done, she sniffs you, frowns, and stabs her fingers into the embalming fluid. Within minutes, she has dabbed your body with the fluid, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. Better work. This may be the second time in my life I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Irene puts the last touches on your body, gives you another sniff, nods, then makes a shooing motion with her talons. Done! Go, go! And I think that's it. Is it? I think that's all we can do with her. Irene, thank you for +1 HP. So now we have 21 HP instead of 20, which isn't a lot. Okay, 3 hits. Dried blood. Now, what do we have in these fucking containers? Now, there's also this. We'll try that later. Need to go methodically about it. There's more embalming fluid, that's nice. Embalming fluid is pretty hard to come by. This container is locked. Now, I don't remember.
Forced it.
Dash succeed. Well, oh, there's my earring. What I like about this game is bashing something does not destroy the container. You can succeed and you can fail just like with lockpick. It depends on your strength, I think. So you don't have to rely entirely on being a rogue or doing shit like that. This copper earring is ours. Examine the grooves on the earring. The grooves are evenly spaced along the inside of the earring. Upon closer examination, they remind you of small fangs. They're definitely man-made, but you can't figure out what they were intended for. Put the earring away. How do you open that? I don't remember. I'll figure it out later. Yeah, this door is locked. We'll need a key. Now, first we'll need to go upstairs, I think.
All right.
Now, I'm telling you, they messed with the loot. They fucking messed with the loot. Oh no, they might not have, actually. Because I clearly remember one of these armories, or whatever they are. Charcoal charm. Did they randomize them? Because there used to be a fucking hammer, a war hammer in there. Yes, this is a resistant thing. Not very useful, I'll be honest. Is it? We can bluff it. Let's get some junk. We love junk. Needle and thread, fair enough. They'll follow you around and shit. They'll try to stop you. We'll need to talk to all these zombies anyway. Iron pry bar. Dustman request. Contact the necromancer responsible for raising contractual worker 42. I know he's examined the skeleton before, but I am certain the initial raising of the body was warped. The worker still responds to commands, but then when it has completed a task, it resumes pacing the same circular pattern as it did before. One guy, is he a skeleton now? Yeah. Clock charm. Now this is your bread and butter. This is a piece of blood. Heals a lot, gives you resistances. but you have to put it in your fucking mouth. Well, I think this one's number 42. Hey baby, come here. Come to Papa. No, it's not. This animated skeleton smells horrible, as if it had been only freshly stripped and prepared. Its jaw and major joints are tightly bound with leather straps. But that's true for all the skeletons. Number 1221. Have you seen any skeletons walking around here? Great talking to you, Bones. Stay healthy. Wonder if this Greybeard would mind if I borrowed his body. Greybeard? Greybeard, you know, geezer, old feller, yellow dog, old. Well, I don't think he's in any position to object. Why not take his body? Morty studies the skeleton for a moment, then shakes his head. Nah, I'd need a fresher one than this, and something with a little more dignity. This one's all creaky and fractured. And you know, you're a sack full of laughs, Morty glares at you. Besides, you want to talk back. Mirrors beg for mercy when you're around. Oh yeah? At least I have all my parts. Morty snorts. You're not quite sure how he managed it without lungs. Let me tell you, Morty, there's something more satisfying than walking around swinging your arms, breathing the crisp air through the lungs. It's great to have a body. I'll have you know that helping you escape the preparation room has now been added to my growing list of regrets. Morty snorts again. I should have let you rot. Some more, that is. Glad you feel that way. Let's go. So, sorry, this fucking skeleton... examine the skeleton. There you go. So yeah, you can just basically kill these fuckers without sounding the alarm, let's say. This looks to be the corpse of a well-aged, even ancient woman. Aside from the embalming fluid stink, the stitches sealing her mouth, and the number 679 stitched onto her right cheek, it's likely she looks only slightly different now than she did in her final years. So doing anything later? No, she's not. The corpse's meaty head was clearly severed at some point and hastily sewn back on. Several different sets of stitching, all in various states of unraveling, seem to indicate that the head is constantly being knocked back off and reattached during the course of its work. A number 79 has been cut into its temple, circumscribed by a fanged circle that appears to have been branded on its forehead. That's the circle we need for the ring. Examine the fanged circle. Fanged circle looks like it was branded on the corpse's forehead long ago, presumably before it died. It might be a religious icon of some sort, or a rite of passage. You notice that one of the recesses between the inner fangs had a small triangle within it, as if it had some special significance. I wonder if the space between the fangs matched the grooves on this copper earring I have.
Updated my journal.
Yes, it does. I remember. So your fingernails into the notch that matches where the triangle was pointing in the fanged circle you saw on Zombie 79's forehead. Yep, and you open it up, it's a secret earring. You can wear it. There's also a secret compartment. Nothing comes out. Okay. We're fashionable. We're fashionable, but otherwise, I thought there was something inside it before. Okay, my memory is definitely not that great at the moment, I guess. Zombie 613. Where's my fucking hammer? You there, hold. Oh, sanctum key. Nice. Bye-bye. We can talk to her. It's not... We're not really at risk, for a simple reason. Reason being... Oh, there it is. There's the fucking hammer. grab the hammer. Look at that. Same damage, but it looks like a great hammer. Hello, Dustman. We can actually run around without talking to this one. Okay, 1146. Entire body is covered in horrible scars. Worse even than your own. Insona has been burned to death. Its nose and ears, digits, everything's missing, presumably charred away in some long ago conflagration. As you block its path to get its attention, it stops and gazes at you with vacant eyes. Useless. Oh shit, bye-bye. Skeleton. Parchment in the skull. So we took a see, it goes back. He doesn't care. Parchment. Mortuary reminder message. This is the third and last request for the pry bar. It has been misplaced. Tell me, and I shall go to the high mark and purchase another. No objection. It's not that important. Done. Fair enough. No. 1148. Again, don't remember which of these corpses are important and which aren't, so we'll just be going through them. 475. Nope. You there, hold! And then it will slowly follow you around. Hello? 3110. This is 310. Now we might have to talk to this guy, but we need to kite him first. See, and then he forgets about you. Okay. Zombie worker. They're all different. They got different descriptions and shit, but. Oh yes! This is the corpse I had that memory about. The sound of your voice, the skeleton suddenly straightens up. It crosses its arms over its chest and its fingers hook into its rib cage. Cross your arms over your chest. In response, the skeleton drops its arms to its side. The leather cords securing the skeleton's torso snap and the rib cage folds outward like a pair of double doors. You reach into the rib cage and feel around. To your surprise, your hand vanishes. As you reach inside the ribcage, you have a strange feeling it's somewhere else. As you reach inside the ribcage, your hand bumps against an invisible object. It's about the size of a fist and seems to be attached to the skeleton's spine. Let's take the item. As you pull the item out, the skeleton suddenly disintegrates and the iron bolt securing its joints clatter to the floor. Whatever this item was, it seems to have been the only thing holding it together. A remarkable lump of iron that we've picked up. Can't imagine why someone would hide it inside the rib cage of a skeleton. Examine it. As you place both your hands on the lump of iron to examine it, there is a hiss and the metal evaporates, leaving behind a strange dagger, a handful of coins wrapped in dirty cloth, and 2 bloody teardrops. These look like they were inside of the lump of iron. Let's take the items, and then let's also pick up the club. It's not worth much, but might as well. Oh, they're hold. How about we talk to this little, oh, that's the 613 one. Okay, we talked to him already. Now, there's another room here, I think. Rags. Green steel knife. These are a little bit better. I might as well take it. Iron spike. Clock charm. Another needle and thread. I think there's like a total of 5 needle and threads in the whole game. So not very useful. Hello. We might as well, talk to one of them. Hey. Did you talk to this guy? I think we did. Let's talk to this guy. Yeah, all you can do with this one is just try and destroy it, but this one will leave no peace. There's another one. Hello. 7 for 8. we've got a false pair of teeth. Morty doesn't want... Actually, none of these bodies are good enough for him. He's too good. Let's examine him. Again, we can't do anything else but pry. We'll save. Oh, let's talk to him. Shit. Oh, I forgot. Are we on like medium difficult? I hate this. And you can't save when you're running away from them. I mean, if I had higher dexterity.
Done.
It's okay. It's fine. We know what we need to do now. We'll do it quickly. Just pick shit up and go. Yeah, I made a mistake. I don't want them to go hostile. So we're loading. Yeah, this corpse doesn't do anything. This skeleton doesn't do anything either. We can take the parchment, which doesn't exactly give us anything, but it's a piece of paper. We'll have the... Oh yeah, right. We'll take this. Junk. I like junk. You are hold. Son of a bitch. Zombie worker. We need that skeleton. We don't need now zombie workers. We need the number 42 skeleton. There you go. Oh, now he's running. Oh, he's running, the bastard. Leave me fuck alone, bastard. We don't even want that. What's it called? And I can't say that this time. What's this? Dustman Embalming Charmer. Now this is what's it called? Bracelet. Yeah, it's a bracelet that allows us to cast an embalming spell. An embalming spell heals a corpse. Since we are a corpse, then it would work on us.
Forced it.
There you go. Bone charm, corpse fly charm. There's a lot of crap. Corpse fly charm. Does something, I don't know what. Bone charms are basically boosts, buffs, whatever you call them. Morty, you can have all the crap that I don't need. Morty is going to be our permanent companion. I'm not getting rid of him. So he'll carry trash around. That's his lot in life. Now, we cannot save. That's okay. We don't need to. We just need to pick this up. Pick up another thread. And we can run as oh shit. God damn. Bitch is fast. They changed it. They changed it for this game. They used to just walk around real slow. The enhanced edition, they actually run sometimes. Sometimes they also walk, and sometimes they just don't do anything. So we can run now. Well, there you go. We're back where we started. There is a door here somewhere. Maybe somewhere here. Huh? LOL. Well, anyway. There's a door here. That's a joke you might understand later. If I continued, and if I actually finished this game. Spoilers. Maybe. Maybe not. It's a lot of bandages. Zombie worker, hello! Okay. Zombie worker doesn't do much. Although I think I have a feeling as if there's so many zombies and they're all just zombies. So in fact, can't we just leave? Hello, zombie. Now, this doddering corpse has had its eyes soon shut as well as its mouth, and the number 732 is carved into its brow. The threadwork that keeps its ocular cavity sealed looks extremely old. You wonder if the eyes were soon shut before or after the man's death. You notice he's carrying a huge tome in his hands, as if taking it somewhere. Now, let's take the tome. You carefully take the tome from the corpse's hands. It doesn't seem to notice. The tome appears to be a book of enchantments and wards. It is filled with diagrams and charts detailing various aspects of the necromantic arts. The book itself is extremely heavy. As awkward as the zombie is, it must be extremely strong. Anything else? Sorry about taking the book, Mr. Zombie. There it is, Tome of Bone and Ash. This worn, leather-bound tome lists diagrams and charts detailing several minor wards and enchantments. There are numerous drawings of skeletons, bones, and the manner by which they may be preserved over time. Of particular interest is the section regarding guardians. Apparently the dustmen animate corpses of fallen giants to serve as guardians for the mortuary. To make them even deadlier, armoring enchantments are woven into their breastplates to help shield them from attacks. The book is much too complex for you to absorb all at once, but it looks as if you could refer to certain sections when the need arises.
I'm gone.
See if this will be of any use. Zombie worker, who are you? 331. He smells foul. He just smells terrible. Oh. Leave me the fuck alone, Dustman. I don't want to talk to... Oh, shit. I need to kiting Dustman. Crustman. I need to kite them proper. When you're talking, it's paused, so it doesn't matter. 1041. Now, this corpse is interesting. It's a reanimated male corpse. 1041. Despite its taut, desiccated flesh, it is apparent that its features once had a rather exotic cast to them. The zombie's lips have been stitched closed, most likely to prevent it from moaning incessantly, and it smells strongly of formaldehyde. This guy. Who are you? Zombie worker? Anything? Again? A lady that does nothing. Let's just leave to another room and he'll forget all about us. I think. Let's breathe blank. Who are you? Okay, that's the book boy. The boy with a book. Now, before we go into the hall, let's explore this area in its entirety. There's an exit somewhere. Oh, a bunch of dustmen. Thank you. There's a Soego. Soego is one of the few dustmen that you can talk to, I think. Can't save though. Yes. Giant skeleton. Oh, what's here? There's a bunch of weapons. Crescent hatchet. At the moment, I'd say this is the best weapon to have. 2-7 to hit. Let's remove the scalpel. The scalpel, I don't think it has any use beyond this area. I don't quite remember, so we'll just leave it and we'll keep it for now. Fuck off! Stop running after me, you son of a bitch. I'll run away. To another area. Okay, quick save.
Done.
Now we need a quick... Now he's standing there. That's cool. They changed it, so now it's actually more difficult to avoid the dustman. Unfortunately, he's not the only one around. But, yes. Anyway. Oh, fuck. Stop fucking following me, bitch. I need to kite a dustman. Just run away. Okay, we can quick save. Now we need these. Hello, Mr. Giant Skeleton. Before you is a giant skeleton in ornate bronze armor. He's not that much bigger than me. The armor has been bolted into the skeleton's frame, and a series of elaborate symbols have been carved across the breastplate. You wonder where the skeleton came from. You weren't aware they made humans in this size. The huge blade in its hands, looks like it weighs as much as a wagon cart. Hey, how about this skeleton, Morty? Will it do as a body? Morty grins. Is that a yes or... Oh, sorry. Morty floats up to the head of the skeleton, stares at it, then floats back down, steadying the arm and the blade as he descends. Oh, yes, I think this will do. I don't know. This thing looks like more than you can handle. Then what in better did you ask me for it, if I wanted it for then? Practicing your cruelty skills, Morty bobs indignantly. And after all I've done for you. I was thinking of your safety, Morty. I'm worried attaching your head to this thing would hurt you somehow. Morty stares at you for a moment. What, did we get married at some point? Well, what's all this I don't want you to get hurt wash? Morty glares at you. If you really cared, you'd find a way to get my head on that giant skeleton's body. Alright, give me a second to pry the head of this thing. Is it there? As you are about to do so, you suddenly stop it and your eyes are drawn to the skeleton's armor. Something about the symbols engraved on its breastplate make you pause. If these skeletons are guardians, then disturbing them may awaken them. Now, let's examine the giant skeleton carefully. Examine the armor. Despite its age, it looks well cared for. It shines brightly, and the symbols engraved on the breastplate seems to flow in the firelight, shifting slightly whenever you try to focus on them. Let's study the symbols. Now, almost unconsciously, you let your gaze relax as you look at the symbols. After a moment, the symbols cease shifting and resolve into a trail of runes that run up and down the breastplate. Strangely enough, the interlocking pattern of runes reminds you of chains. And with that thought, you suddenly recall that these runes are some sort of warding enchantment. Study the runes, try and recall the enchantment. You study the pattern of runes as they weave their way across the breastplate. On its most basic level, the runes are a lesser armoring enchantment, but several skull-shaped runes and spherical tracings along the edges of the armor make you suspect several greater necromantic and warding enchantments are woven in as well. Touching this skeleton will most likely cause it to awaken and defend itself. Now, see if we can dispel the enchantments. You suspect that marring the rune pattern along the breastplate could unravel the enchantment, but looks difficult. The pattern is complicated and scratching out the wrong portion could cause the skeleton to animate. No. Oh, fuck. Compare the pattern to the enchantments in the Tome of Bone and Ash. See if you can determine how they can be broken. From what you can make out from the tome, it seems that armor enchantments applies only to the breastplate. The necromantic enchantments allow the skeleton to be raised, but it's the warding enchantment that gives the skeleton its limited awareness of its surroundings. You'd guess that if you were to mar the skeleton's wards, it would interpret it as an attack, unless you blinded it to your presence first. Now we'll try this, the warding enchantment, and then this. The work is difficult and nerve-wracking. At first, slowly your mind, but the minute the giant skull has been stripped of enchantments binding it, it collapses, falling to the floor with a crash of bones and a heavy clanging noise. Damn pile of bones. Therefore, no one responds to the sound when you sit through the skeleton's parts of the floor. Most of it's too heavy or too old to be useful, but you discover a piece of the skeleton's breastplate with the majority of one of the broken enchantments engraved in it. You have a feeling that it could prove useful.
I feel stronger.
Yes! I feel stronger. Should we level up? Nah. We're level 3 fighter. And our alignment is true neutral. We're not going for any particular alignment in this playthrough. This is just the default to start with. Biography. Now let's do the same with this skeleton. We can level up Morty. He doesn't change his class. We're going to be changing our class later. Level 2 fighter. Baby. We can't really do anything though with how we level people up. Not at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. Rune of Armor. Allows you to cast armor. Rune of Lesser Warding. And then this guy, I don't remember what, but there's a different spell there as well. Let's dispel. And we can't use these yet. Greater Warding, good. But oh yeah, this guy as well. I forgot about the fourth one. And what? Bam. This one is Rune of Shielding. Lovely.
Can't run while I'm carrying all this.
Oh shit. Oh yes, indeed. We have very, very poor strength. Now we can run again. Let's see what we got here. Don't remember at this point. Ooh, we opened a portal. So we can leave at any time. That's an exit portal. But we've arrived at the place of reckoning for our restless warrior. Lovely music. probably one of my favorite tracks. Although the soundtrack to this game is amazing. Here lies Diana.
I'm gone. All right.
Hi. You see a strikingly beautiful ghostly form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair, and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stares slightly and her eyes flicker. Wait.
You! What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you, my love.
My love, do I know you? The spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of the mine continue to steal my name from your memory? Do you not remember me, my love? The ghost stretches out her arms. Think. Her voice becomes desperate again. The name Dianara must evoke some memory within you. No, I'm sorry. My memories are lost to me. Then it is as I feared. I am truly lost to you. And what was once an inconvenience for you, you now have the excuse to discard me as you have my memory. Inconvenience? Discard you? I don't know what you mean, spirit. My memories are no more. Tell me who you are. What do you know of me? Or? No. You are one both blessed and cursed, my love. And you are one who is never far from my thoughts and heart. Blessed and cursed? What do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent, my love. Look at you, she points at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? Still trying to get my bearings, actually. What else can you tell me about myself? I know that you once claimed you loved me and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believed that, never knowing the truth of who you were, what you were. And what am I? You! I cannot... She suddenly freezes, and she speaks slowly, carefully, as if her voice frightens her. The truth is this. You are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal, and in your hand lies the spark of life and death. Those that die near you carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. As Dianara speaks, the words, a crawling sensation wells up in the back of your skull. You suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift it up and look at it, you can see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arm, pouring into your muscles and in turn giving strength to your bones. What?
Updated my journal.
And you know Diana is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from a body and bring it forth. The thought both horrifies you and intrigues you. So we've gained a raised dead ability. I had other questions. What is it you wish to know? Who are you? The spirit makes begging motions with her hands. Again, we've already talked about it. Why is it a curse? I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation's weakness. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps it's a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. Countless deaths? How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough. Can you tell me who I am? Blessed and cursed. Other questions? Can you tell me where I am? Where are you? Why, you are here with me, my love, as in the time when life was something both of us shared. Now it is the eternal boundary that separates us. Eternal boundary? It is a barrier I fear you shall never cross, my love. It is the barrier between your life and what remains of mine. See, perhaps you could answer some other questions. I need to escape this place. Can you help me? As you are about to ask Diana the question, it catches in your throat. It occurs to you that if you tell her you're looking for an escape route, she may feel you're abandoning her. If you're going to ask her how to leave, you'll need to be delicate about it. Diana, I am in danger. Can you guide me to a place of safety? I shall return as soon as I can to speak to you again. In danger? Diana looks concerned. Of course, my love. I will aid you any way I can. She closes her eyes for a moment, and you watch an ethereal zephyr pass through her body, stirring her hair. After a moment, the zephyr dies, and her eyes slowly open. Perhaps there is a way. Yes? I sense that this place holds many doors shrouded from mortal eyes. Perhaps you could use one of those portals as means of escape. You've just seen a portal like that. Portals? Portals are holes in existence leading to destinations in the inner and outer planes. If you could find the proper key, you could escape through one of them. Key? Portals will reveal themselves when you have the proper key. Unfortunately, these keys can be almost anything: an emotion, a piece of wood, a dagger of silvered glass, a scrap of cloth, a tune you hum to yourself. I fear that the dustmen are the only ones who would know the keys you could use to leave these holes, my love. Then I shall ask one of them. Farewell, Diana. Hold a moment. I learned much when I traveled with you, my love, and what you have lost I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear, whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. And what is it your sight sees that I don't? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now, and Daenerys grows quiet. What is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead for you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outwards from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? Tell me. First, I require a promise. Promise you will return, that you will find some means to save me or join me. I don't want to lie. I don't want to do this, because that's just fucking gaslighting, right? So, but there is a vow you can make, and I'll make that vow.
This is what my eyes see, my love, unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality, given life and twisted by the laws of the plains. You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive and be immortal no longer.
Destroy what keeps me alive?
I know that you must die while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You are not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Die while I still can.
Updated my journal.
I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. Yes, we've already talked about this. So, thank you for your input, Miss Diana.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She smiles, but there's only sadness in it. She closes her eyes, and with an ethereal whisper, she fades. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out on me there. Do you know who that spirit was? Spirit? That's Spectre I was talking to, the woman. You were at your bone box with some woman? Where? Morty looks around excited. What did she look like? She was right on top of the beard. Didn't you see her? No. You just kind of drifted out for a bit there. Just stood there statue-like. I was a little worried you'd gone apple on me again. No, I'm fine, I think. Let's move on. Bye-bye, my love. Simping for Diana. But we did her real... We did her real fucking wrong. We did her real fucking wrong. I feel that's what happened. She's not a happy lady. She's also a dead lady. Sego, hello! You see a tired-looking man in a black robe. His narrow face is extremely pale, and he doesn't look as if he has been sleeping. His shoulders are slumped, and the flesh sags loosely beneath his bloodshot eyes. He looks so lost in thought he doesn't even notice you. Hello!
Updated my journal.
The man turns to face you and makes a slight bow. You suddenly notice that his eyes aren't bloodshot so much as they have a red tinge to them. I am Soigo. How may I... He suddenly seems to notice your scars, and the corner of his mouth twitches. I'm sorry, Sarah, are you lost? Yes? Well then, the corners of Soigo's mouth twitch again, as if in anticipation. Let me call the guards to lead you out. Stand for a moment. It looks like he's about to call the guards. Hold a moment, please. There's no need to call the guards. I came in for an interment earlier, and I just got turned around in the holes. Can you please just lead me out? Why, of course. These holes can be confusing to visitors. No harm done, but you're not permitted here in the mortuary after 9 bells. Let me open the front gate for you. Now, we can just leave. Very well, the front gate is now unlocked, but you cannot re-enter. Can I ask you some questions before I leave? If I may ask, are you alright? You look tired. Soigo manages a weak smile, and the corners of his mouth twitch slightly. I have recently taken ill. Minor fevers, nothing more. Sometimes they make sleep difficult. Anything I could do? No, thank you for your concern. I will endure. Was there something else you wanted? Yes. Do you know someone named Farad? Farad, of course I know him. He frowns and his eyes gleam red. A ghoulish man, no respect for the dead. And even less for the living. He's a scavenger, a collector. Collector? Collectors make the living gathering corpses and bringing them here to the mortuary. We then make sure that the bodies receive a proper burial. So if a collector found a body, mine for example, they might have brought it here and sold it to you? Yes. Suddenly it's extremely important that I find him. Do you know where I could find him? I know he resides in the hive, the slums, etc. Collectors, okay. I'm missing a journal? Thanks anyway. Yes, I thought Soigo actually provided a different sort of something else I could speak to him about, but apparently not. Now we're not going to use the front door, although that's fine. We're going to use this portal. Because this portal takes us to this particular tomb. What's this?
I'm gone.
Ashes remain. There's Pen's note, and there's some money. Money is not awfully important, but it's important enough. Vaxis, if you're reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task and have been forced to use the escape route I arranged. I told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous. In any case, you'll need to lay low for a while. The dustmen may be deluded, but they're not fools, and they will certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I've left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the hive, preferably in Rackpicker's Square. The dustmen will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you have secured a new hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Faraday is getting those bodies he's delivering to the mortuary. It's apparently causing the dustmen a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that stone-faced dustman at the Gathering Dust Bar, Initiate Emoric, I think the fool's name is, has been sending out finders to try and mark Farad's movements. See if you can find out how far along he is and hinder his efforts until we know more about Farad's activities. I don't want Emoric finding out something before we do. Pin. So, that's a lot of areas to explore. Let's leave. And we got an achievement, and we are in the hive, and I think this is where we'll stop for now. This is a big area, a lot of people, a lot of hookers. Morty will be pleased.
Done.
Seeking company, Cutter? Thumbs? No. I'll try not to get into any trouble, or much trouble anyway. Who's this? Mr. Pox. Oh, let's talk to him. This cowled figure is hunched by the mortuary gate. His face is obscured by the shadow of his hood. What little you can see is his chin, which is covered with stubble and what appears to be a foul green and purple rash. The rash seems heaviest around his neck, fading as it crawls up to his chin. Greetings! The figure doesn't budge. There's a moment of silence. Then he responds in a high-pitched voice that sounds more suited to a girl of 10 years than a man. Hi! Who are you? Pox am I. Hi. Pox? Yes. Mother and father named me, wished a pox on firstborn. A curse given came true, it did. Hi. Again, your eyes have drawn to the purplish-green rash covering Pox's chin and neck. Okay. Now, this guy... Do you know someone named Farah? Hi, Farah Collector. Do you know where I might find him? In the hive here, he is somewheres. Can you be more specific? Somewhere in the hive, not worth finding. Not worth finding? What do you mean? I mean, he hates them. Other collectors, even Sharegrave hates him. Not like Farad at all. Sharegrave. Sharegrave, big name, carry big weight, cast long shadow he does, tell Pox what to do he does. Would your boss, this Sharegrave, know where Farad is?
Updated my journal.
Hi, Sharegrave knows darks, he does. No Farad hiding, he does. Sharegrave in Rackpicker's Square. Many blocks west of here. Hi. Say, Sharegrave, that Pox sent you. Tell him Sharegrave became Sharegrave. Alright, we'll go with that. Now, another thing we can do with this guy. Gate guard. That is, if we ever want to go back into the mortuary. Excuse me. Dustman gate guard. If we ever want to go back there while earning some money, although I'm not sure we can earn money, he will. And we can talk to this guy. I have more questions. I lost the journal. He doesn't know anything about that. What are you doing? Wait for deaders. So he is also a collector. Make me a dinner.
Don't let it end like this.
And we're dead.
You know, Chief, you snore. Really loud.
while we're at it, let's talk to Morty.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Morty, I don't mind you tagging along, but is there anything else you can do except chatter? Hey! Chattering's my best trait. He rattles his teeth for a moment, then grins. Eh? Oh, that's good to hear. No, but seriously, Chief, I got a knack for chattering in just the right way. I can really bend an ear, if you know what I'm saying. I got insults, backtalk, stuff that will curl someone's ears into their skulls, you know. Oh, how's that useful? It's one of my many talents. I call it my litany of curses. You see, sometimes I can really bend someone's ear with just the right comment. Of course, then I usually have to do a lot of running afterwards, but you get the idea. How does it work?
Updated my journal.
Well, I can spit insults at someone until they get mad enough to chase me around. He has this ability. It's very good on mages, apparently. What's your advice? Go on. We need to find Farad. Again. Can you tell me about Sigil? Okay. Sigil is a ring-shaped city that's squatting on top of an infinitely tall spire in what some claim to be in the center of the plains. Of course, how it could be at the top of an infinitely tall spire and how the city could even be at the center of the plains raises some questions. Anything else? Sigil's called the City of Doors, mostly because there's a lot of invisible doors that lead in and out of it. Just about any arch, door frame, barrel, hoop, bookshelf, or open window might be a portal into another under the right conditions. It all depends on if you have the key to open it. Keys! See, I guess the best way to explain it is most portals are sleeping, right? You could walk through them, by them, or on top of them, and nothing would happen. Now, every portal has something that wakes it up. There could be a tune you hum to yourself, a loaf of week-old Bitopian bread, remembering what your first kiss was like, and then bam, the portal gets its juices flowing, and you can jump through it to whatever's on the other side. And what's on the other side, then? Anywhere, Chief. Literally, any place you can think of, there's a portal there. That's why Sigil is so popular across the plains. Can you read that tattoo again? I just need to refresh my memory. Yes. Alright. That's all we can pry out of Morty at this point.
Done.
And this time we'll just leave through the front gate.
I'm gone.
Here we are. Back in hide. Oh no. No Dabuses, not yet. I'm not ready for Dabuses. So, that's it for today. Another fun stream. For me, anyway. And I guess I'll be online tomorrow if I feel like it. But no, most likely not.